Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final episode of WWE 2k18 Universe Mode before the Payback pay-per-view. This is NXT, and tonight we're going to see the high-flying Ricochet in action up against the cruiserweight champion, Tomasso Ciampa. This week we'll also see Elias go one-on-one with No Way Jose right here on main event. Nikki Bella will go one-on-one with Alicia Fox as well, and we'll see Scott Dawson take on Xavier Woods of the New Day. Our opening contest, Elias picks up the win over No Way Jose. Nikki Bella gets a victory over Alicia Fox. And Xavier Woods defeats Scott Dawson. This week on NXT, Mustafa Ali, Fabian Aichner, Cedric Alexander will take on Kendrick Dar and TJP in six-man tag team action. Emma Moon looks to bounce back against Vanessa Bourne. She's had a bit of a rough time as of late. Tyler Bate will take on Tino Sabatelli. Tyler Bate, Trent Seven defeating Sabatelli Moss a few weeks ago. Chance for Sabatelli for a bit of revenge. Lars Sullivan searching for a victory. He's desperate. He'll take on Velveteen Dream. In the match we mentioned a moment ago, Ricochet will go one-on-one with the Cruiserweight Champion, Tomasso Ciampa. Interesting matchup there. More on that later on. Six-man tag team action. It is going to be the team of Kendrick Dar and TJP with a victory. Ember Moon picks up a win over Vanessa Bourne as well. And our singles matchup, Tino Sabatelli gets a win for Tyler Bate. We start tonight off with a singles matchup between Lars Sullivan and Velveteen Dream. Interesting one, this one, because obviously we're looking for the next contender for the NXT Championship. So names like EC3 and Aleister Black have certainly put their hand up and maybe are in the lead at the moment to be that #1 contender for NXT TakeOver number 10, which comes your way in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. Exciting times for NXT, but Lars Sullivan here. Well, let's not sleep on him. I mean, Lars Sullivan is a very, strange individual, but it's certainly interesting nonetheless because he's got the size, he's got the power, he's got the strength, he's got a lot of the tools that we're looking for in a big championship caliber superstar, and I think Lars Sullivan could be that. But the question is, what's going wrong? Why has he been losing? Lars Sullivan has come out and said that he's been frustrated with his own recent performances, and he knows that he hasn't had many opportunities as of late, and he's looking to make the most of this one. He needs a win badly, and I have to agree with him. Lars Sullivan needs a win tonight, otherwise, well, he might be running out of opportunities very, very soon. Well, it's an interesting opponent here tonight for Sullivan. Velveteen Dream, a man who, well, he loves himself, let's be honest. Velveteen Dream, you want to talk about weird or interesting people, Velveteen Dream fits that mold. We haven't seen too much of him here in Universe Mode. Sporadic appearances here and there, he'll show up, but one thing is for sure, he is young and he's got a lot of potential. Superstar written all over him, and it may not be his season to shine just yet, or will it be his season? Last season certainly not too much impact with Velveteen Dream. Is this going to be the one where he stands out and finally breaks out from the rest of the pack? Or will we need to wait and let Velveteen Dream continue to hone his craft before we do see the best of him? I'd like to see it soon though. I think he's got a great opportunity here tonight to prove himself against Lars Sullivan. Obviously will not be easy considering how big and bad Lars Sullivan is. It's going to be, well, I'm not going to say a nightmare, but it may as well be coming up against Lars Sullivan. He is very scary. But despite being big, tough, and scary, what's going wrong with Lars is Velveteen Dream with a splash of the top. Nice start to the match here for the Dream. Well, what's going wrong with Lars? He hasn't really been winning many of his matchups. If you look at his Season 4 run, we don't have the correct figure for you, but you'd have to probably assume that he has lost more matches than he has won in Season 4, and that's a worry. We look at the landscape of NXT right now, and there's not a lot of guys that has that size of Lars Sullivan, 6'3", near 300 pounds. Not a lot of guys in NXT do have that about them. NXT does possess a lot of the smaller guys at the moment, a lot of the guys who have more of a technical ability and can move around the ring a lot quicker than Lars. Perhaps he's struggling to be able to overcome those type of superstars, but he hasn't got a lot of guys that have the size that he does. So you'd have to assume that, you know, because he's one of the rare superstars that does have that he would succeed here in NXT, but hasn't really been the case. I suppose the guys that have been around for a long time in the independents, such as, you know, Adam Cole's and Cassius Ohno's and Roderick Strong's, those types of names, have figured him out. And if they have, well, Lars Sullivan hasn't been able to adjust just yet, hasn't been able to get himself back in line, as right now the count continues to grow, gets back in the ring just in time, and oh, a knee there by Velveteen Dream, and well, talk about a guy with a lot of potential in future. This is certainly it. Velveteen Dream, very, very young, and has had a decent start. I wouldn't say it'd been great. He hasn't really had, you know, that many consistent matchups. He's been here and there in NXT, but you know, I get the feeling that we'll see a little bit more of Velveteen Dream coming soon. If we do, I really believe that he might even make a run for that NXT Championship, which would be a phenomenal achievement, but he's certainly got a lot to improve on, and certainly, you know, has his critics, but he's got a lot of potential, no doubt. So does Lars Sullivan, and that's my concern for Lars. Can he utilize the potential that he has and turn that into a championship? Or does Lars need to change gears? Does he need to perhaps enter the tag team division? Because, well, he's been on a bit of a losing run. Velveteen Dream right now, showing how great he is, just kind of letting everyone know that he's here, and he gets met there. And Lars, combination there, into the turnbuckle, then into the slam. Nicely executed there by Sullivan. Velveteen Dream getting a little bit cocky and arrogant, and it cost him. Well, hard to really pick a favourite in this one, because you got the cockiness of the Velveteen Dream, and then you got the scariness of Lars Sullivan. The crowd probably a little bit divided here. Is now, oh, head first, bounces off the turnbuckle, does the Velveteen Dream. Lars Sullivan taken down right now, and Sullivan a little bit desperate for a win. You know, considering the size that he has, you know, we look at the monsters throughout the history of the WWE, always think about The Undertaker and Kane, and the likes of those guys, but you think about Vader as well, Bam Bam Bigelow, those types of names, and Sullivan may not be, you know, as tall as those guys, but he's got some big size about him, and you have to get the feeling that, you know, he needs to be able to replicate the success that some of those guys had, as a beautiful move at the top of the rope there. And I don't think we'd be seeing, you know, Vader suplexing too many guys at the top of the rope, but we're seeing Lars Sullivan do it right there, and that's nicely executed there by Sullivan. Looking good right now is Lars, and he's got Velveteen Dream right where he wants him here, and this is a great chance now for Sullivan to capitalize. Put Velveteen Dream away. You've got him in a bad position for Velveteen Dream's sake. It's time for Lars to finish him off, and that's been his issue. Lars gets himself in an arm's length of winning a matchup, but then he does something a little bit silly, like this. Wasting time, thought about going off the top, decided against it, heading back into the ring. Wasting time like that, it's going to cost him. Now heading to the second, and I don't know about this either. Coming off the second rope when you're a man like Lars, do you really need to do it? Oh, there's attempted elbow, missed out. Velveteen Dream ducking underneath. Snapmare takedown now. And now the Velveteen Dream will slow things down in the side headlock. And all of a sudden, Lars Sullivan in a bit of trouble. Oh, it's a big mistake there by Lars. He didn't have to make those, you know, little adjustments. He didn't have to really go for that risk, and he does. And when he goes for that, he certainly opens up, you know, an opportunity for his opposition to really take advantage, and that's the issue that Lars has got right now, and I certainly am concerned for him. He needs a win, because who knows, if he loses here tonight, he might just go berserk. He might just, you know, have a bit of a rampage of his own, and someone might be getting beaten up, and that could be Velveteen Dream, which is not ideal at all if you're the Dream. Sullivan back to his feet. Velveteen Dream, he's got some size about him too, Velveteen Dream. I guess the hair gives him a little bit more, a couple of inches there at least. But he's certainly a tall figure in his own right, and you know, he's certainly training hard in the gym right now, continue to work on his body, and you know, I think Velveteen Dream is probably not there yet. I think another 6 to 12 months we'll start to see Velveteen Dream truly flourish. But you never know. Sometimes you can really hit your best early on, a lot earlier than expected. It just happens. Are we going to see that from the Velveteen Dream? That's the scary thing. If he does start to find wins, he's only going to get better. Meanwhile, Lars Sullivan going to the top of the rope again. Here comes Lars with a splash! And I think his head caught more of Velveteen Dream than his torso. And Lars Sullivan, I just don't know about the risk that he's taking, but it worked out anyways as he runs over Velveteen Dream and now picks him up. Here we go! Slams him down! Oh my goodness. He might be a freak, but that was certainly no accident. Lars Sullivan picks up Velveteen Dream and almost drives him through the ring. Well, we were wondering, is he going to be able to find a way to win here tonight? He tried a few different things, going off the top of the rope a couple of times. I'm not sure about that, but what he did do in the end is put Velveteen Dream away. The freak accident into this big slam. I mean, that's a huge move by Lars Sullivan. He's able to get a win. He's been looking for one for a while now. He's been desperate. Headbutt off the top. It worked out. There it is. That slam is dangerous and deadly. And the hang time there for the Velveteen Dream. He picks him up and he gets spun around. He's in the air for quite some time, then drilled into the canvas. Not good at all for the Velveteen Dream. A tough matchup, a tough assignment nonetheless. He put up a fight. The Velveteen Dream unable to beat Lars Sullivan, who, in my opinion, is very, very deranged, but also desperate. And that is a pretty dangerous combination. Lars Sullivan will be a force to be reckoned with, and right now he's heading back into the direction of Velveteen Dream. And here we go. He's going to go for it again. Velveteen gets up and down. Huge slam by Sullivan. Lars lays him out again. And this freak is certainly fired up right now. And he's not just done yet. Here we go. Velveteen takes it one more time. Lars Sullivan, what a slam. And Velveteen Dream laid out and defeated tonight. Lars Sullivan, is he getting back to his best? Are we going to start to see him really make a play for that NXT title? Well, it's time for our featured matchup of tonight's episode. It is going to be Ricochet taking on Tomasso Ciampa, our cruiserweight champion. What a cruiserweight clash this is here tonight. Well, Ricochet had a rough week last week when Johnny Gargano beat him up backstage. Ricochet was backstage telling us that he had intentions to challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship at some point. That was his major goal right now. He wants to be NXT Champion, but the Cruiserweight title is certainly a championship that he has his eyes on. Well, Johnny Gargano overheard it on the monitor, and he came and attacked Ricochet. The reason being, well, I believe it's because Johnny Gargano wants that Cruiserweight title back. He does not want Ricochet spoiling his plans. Well, tonight, Ricochet does not get Johnny, but instead he gets the champion himself. He will get Tomasso Ciampa. What an opportunity this is for Ricochet. Take on the champion, you beat the champ, and all of a sudden, maybe you're the number one contender despite Johnny Gargano having a rematch clause available. Tomasso Ciampa winning the title at NXT TakeOver 9. What a man he has become after spending majority of Season 4 in limbo, not even getting featured, couldn't even make the card. Well, all of a sudden, his friend Johnny Gargano makes a few waves in the Cruiserweight division. And Tomasso Ciampa, perhaps he used Johnny Gargano to get a little bit of that fame, to, as they say, get the rub of Johnny Gargano. And with that, Tomasso Ciampa was able to get himself in the spotlight, and eventually championship now around his waist. He defeated Johnny Gargano, his former tag partner and friend at TakeOver, but he certainly wouldn't call Ciampa and Gargano friends at the moment, especially when Johnny Gargano flipped out at TakeOver and he attacked Tomasso Ciampa. It surprised us all, but I think what it was is that Johnny Gargano, he worked so hard for so long to break away from the tag division, to become a champion. He beat Grand Metalik, the greatest cruiserweight champion we have seen and probably ever will see. What a run he had. Johnny Gargano beat him for that championship. And then for Tomasso Ciampa to, well, basically, just use Johnny Gargano, in his opinion, to further his own career as, well, Ricochet Jumping off the second rope there, missed out though, as Ricochet will take down Tomasso Ciampa. Nicely executed. Well, it's hard to kind of tell you what's going on with Ricochet in the ring because he is so exciting. As you can see, action does not stop when he's around. But just to finish things off, obviously, you know, Johnny Gargano angry that Tomasso Ciampa probably, you know, utilized his name and got ahead because of Johnny Gargano, only for Tomasso Ciampa to ultimately take that title away from what he perceived to be a friend. But Johnny Gargano just couldn't handle that anymore and he snapped. Tomasso Ciampa has stayed true to himself. He continues to say that, well, he only had the best interest in mind for Johnny Gargano, and you know, when he eventually got himself in contention, he was looking forward to the challenge of facing his friend and former tag team partner. You know, these two men are tag champs together. You know, he wanted to, you know, mix it up, friendly competition, and we thought maybe it was going to be that. We thought maybe it was not going to be, but in the end, it certainly was not, because it was going to be a 50-50. The question was, who's going to snap? Is the loser going to snap? And the loser on that night was Johnny Gargano. It certainly could have been Tomasso Ciampa snapping. We don't know. We'll never find out. But what we do know is that there is bad blood between Ciampa and Gargano right now, with the cruiserweight title mixed in between. It's an interesting situation here for our cruiserweights. So right now, Ricochet being inserted into that situation as well. Coming into NXT, looking to make some waves. He recently made his debut not too long ago. Return. He's been a part of NXT a couple of occasions. Back at TakeOver 9, Ricochet announced his return, and so Ricochet, he's back in action. And now you have to wonder what his intentions are, and, well, he's now made them pretty clear. The Cruiserweight title is what he wants, and Gargano made him pay last week, certainly, for coming out and saying that. So right now, Ricochet looking to take it to the champion, Tomasso Ciampa, and Ricochet with a victory, like we said, will put him in line, put him in contention. Ciampa with a knee, and now the clothesline to follow it up. Ricochet laid out right there. So Johnny Gargano, got no doubt in my mind, is watching backstage very, very intently, because Johnny wants to be champion. He's desperately wanting to be champion again. And the question is, who will be the champion? Will it be Tomasso Ciampa, or will we see Ricochet perhaps beat Ciampa tonight, get another opportunity down the line for the title? Well, tonight's match is a non-title match, so no championships will change hands tonight, but certainly Ricochet with the victory will put him in contention, maybe even get himself a title shot next week. You just don't know what can happen. Gargano will be very threatened by that, and no doubt, because Ricochet has been one of the top competing superstars in the independents for quite some time. He has been magnificent, as now Ricochet off the top, sprung off the ropes, corkscrewing through the air, landing down on Tomasso Ciampa to the outside of the ring. My goodness, this guy will fit into the Cruiserweight division very, very well. He has been tremendous, and we've seen the likes of Grand Metalik do these incredible feats off those ropes. And perhaps with Metalik maybe even moving up to SmackDown or Raw in the near future with his recent successes, well, perhaps Ricochet is taking over for him and certainly making his impact and mark right now on NXT. Great opportunity for Ricochet to prove himself here tonight, that he can hang with the best. As Ricochet bounced off the steel ring post and busted him open. Well, Ciampa utilizing the ring, and it's all legal. You can use the steps as long as you don't grab a hold of them. And you can throw your opponent into them. You can throw your opponent into the ring post. It's all legal, the barricade. And that time, head first into the ring post, and that's not forgiving. It's not going to budge. It's not soft. You know, your head doesn't go into it and there's a soft padding. It's a metal pole and it's going to hurt. That's why he's been busted open right now, and Ricochet is in some trouble here. Tomasso Ciampa can really take advantage. When Ciampa sees blood, normally he continues to get better and really goes for the killer instinct. And now, leaping cutter there by Ricochet, who will taunt as well with a cartwheel, getting this crowd to support him. Tomasso Ciampa doesn't quite have the crowd support. He's a little bit indifferent. The crowd not quite sure what to feel about him. You're either, I suppose, a Gargano or a Ciampa fan at this point. Sprung off the top with a fist. Not sure if he needed to do all that, but it worked anyways. Ricochet, double foot stomp right to the midsection. The abdomen area of Tomasso. Will this be it? Ciampa's in trouble. No, kick out at 2. Ricochet, you know, bouncing it to the top of the rope there, only to land a fist. That's why sometimes, you know, you have to wonder, is he trying to do too much? Is he being a little bit too flashy for his own good? If you're going to land or fly off the top of the rope, you want to make sure you do something impactful to make it worth your while, because it is a risky maneuver. And now Ricochet grabs a hold of Ciampa and picks him up and drills him down. That may be it for Tomasso. Will this be enough to put him away? Here's the cover. There's one. There's two. Has he got him? No. A kick out of two. Nearly getting the 3 count there, as Ricochet thought for a moment he was going to have his hand held up high tonight. What a feat it would be to beat the Cruiserweight champion, as now Ricochet grabs a hold of him, picks him up. Oh boy. Here we go. Double knees into the back. Ricochet's got him down. Ricochet's going to do it this time, but no. Tomasso Ciampa, he is able to survive. And now Ricochet off the second. What can he produce now? Here we go. Ricochet off the second. And he's got him into the Tornado DDT. Ricochet now off those ropes. Drops the foot. But oh, the referee caught up in amongst all that, and he's been taken out. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully this referee won't have a nap for 20 minutes so we can get him back up there and count the 3 count, because Ricochet is certainly closing in on a victory right now. DDT there by Ciampa, and he might be able to take advantage of the referee being down, because right now he was in major trouble. Ricochet was looking to take him out and win this one. But Ciampa might be able to get himself some time here. The cover, the shoulders were down. Ricochet goes and hits a suplex instead. Great power there by Ricochet. A bit of a hybrid athlete is Ricochet right now, showing some of that strength. As now he's picked him up, drilled him down again. Ricochet might do it. Ciampa's in a world of hurt right now. Referee a little bit slow. He's a bit groggy. And no! Well, he counted 3. I thought I heard the 3 count slap. And instead, he says, no, just 2. Ciampa kicking out very late. He might be done here. Ciampa's got nothing left in the tank. Oh, Ciampa lands on his feet though. And now Ciampa, oh, head first. Connecting there. Drilling Ricochet head first. And now Ricochet, after almost putting Ciampa away, he's down. And Ciampa lines him up. Tomasso, here we go. There's the knee right to the skull. That knockout knee. Referee, count the 3. He's waiting for the shoulders to be down. They've been down for 20 minutes. He finally gets there, and Tomasso seals a win. Oh, he was done for. I get the feeling that if the referee wasn't bowled over there in that confrontation, that Ricochet was going to win this one. Ricochet had to change plans knowing the referee was down. Instead of going for his best shot, he continued to just work away at Tomasso Ciampa when he was, in my opinion, going to try and find his best move. The referee a little bit slow later on as well. As Ricochet is down, he leaves the ring, and oh, here's Johnny Gargano. Well, I'm not surprised Gargano's out here, but I'm surprised that he's coming after Ricochet again. And Gargano drives him into the steel steps. And Tomasso Ciampa, we've been told, is walking away through the crowd right now. He saw Johnny Gargano come. He says, you know what? Not tonight. I don't want anything to do with him. And now Ricochet getting beaten down here after the match. It was bad enough that it was an assault last week in the backstage area by Johnny. Now Ricochet getting some, getting a bit of a fight back here. Drives him into the ringside barricade. Johnny Gargano out here to try and prove a point. Ricochet lands down there with a headbutt. Shooting star into the headbutt there by Ricochet. And now picks up Johnny Gargano this time, up in the fireman's carry. There's a boot, drops him down, connects him with a knockout blow. Johnny Gargano is down. Now Ricochet heads to the top of the rope. This is when he's at his best. We're about to see something special from Ricochet. Oh my goodness. Cannonballing through the air, lands down there on Johnny Gargano. And it's a small taste of revenge, and it certainly is very sweet. Ricochet beats up Gargano. The assault fails and backfires. Johnny Gargano, though, clearly has his sights set on the Cruiserweight champion, is looking to take out all the competition to make sure then he gets what he wants, and that's a shot at Tomasso Ciampa one-on-one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for this edition of Universe Mode. If you did enjoy it, leave a like on it, subscribe to see Payback. It's coming your way next. It's going to be live on BrendenPlayz Saturday, August 25th. It'll be taking place 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time or 8:30 p.m. UK time. You don't want to miss this one. It is going to be big. And ladies and gentlemen, check out the website BrendenPlayz.com for the full match card over there and the countdown. If you're not sure when it's going to be going live in your area, there is a timer on the website BrendenPlayz.com. Check out the forums while you're there, and also join up with the Discord and chat away with other BrendenPlayz fans. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.